What up, snitches? I'm the Animaniac, and I'm heading out to the jungle for my next stop on this Disney movie marathon, The Jungle Book. Directed by Wolfgang Reitherman and based on the book of the same name by Rudyard Kipling, an abandoned baby raised by a family of wolves now has to leave the jungle and go to a man village where he can be safe from a tiger named Shere Khan. After The Sword and the Stone came out, Bill Peet told Walt the animation department is able to handle more interesting animal characters while handing him a copy of The Jungle Book as a suggestion for their next film. He greenlit it and was more involved in it since Sword did very poorly at the box office in its first run. Bill Peet's version of the script featured an ending where Mowgli kills Baloo with a gun and he's dubbed a hero to cap off an originally dark story. Walt found it too dark for families and wanted changes to the script. Peet refused and left the company in 1964. Having learned his lesson, Walt told one of his new writers to never read The Jungle Book when he gave it to Larry Clemens. He read it anyway and found that it needed some serious retooling for a movie adaptation. Clemens' version of the script included flashbacks after crucial moments in the story, but Walt decided on telling it very straight. He kept the personalities of the characters that Bill Peet had created. Walt and the writers had developed other elements like gags, a love interest, and other emotional sequences. This would be the last animated film that Walt Disney would be involved in before he died of lung cancer in 1966, 10 months before the film was released. Critics at the time loved the movie. Perhaps it was because of the death of Walt. They noted the crew had strayed from the original book, but still found the end product delightful. Modern reviews have remained positive about the film, with one critic from Entertainment Weekly, Ken Tucker, wrote that while he didn't think of it as a Disney classic in the same league as films like Pinocchio and Cinderella, he still found it good. Along with it being nominated for the Best Original Song Oscar for Bare Necessities, Academy President Gregory Peck lobbied to have The Jungle Book nominated for Best Picture, but it never happened. And it currently holds a Rotten Tomatoes critical score of 87%. The film was released partially as a double feature with Charlie the Lonesome Cougar. By 1970, The Jungle Book grossed $23.8 million worldwide. If you add what it earned from reissues from 1976 to 1990 and adjusted it for inflation, the film's lifetime gross comes to over $670 million. Walt's involvement in the film is felt in the backgrounds. They're an upgrade from the ones in the last two films, and the quality is carried over into the Aristocats. These backgrounds are the kind I'd find in a book with illustrations you see from time to time, like when a big fiction writer or their publication hire an artist to do them for the book, but have it in color. After seeing this, I compared this movie to Alice in Wonderland with how it's structured. A bunch of scenes that are connected by Mowgli being pushed out of the jungle and towards the man village to be protected from Shere Khan's wrath. So because of its structure, I'm going to talk about the supporting characters in the order they appear first, and then talk about Mowgli. I felt a lot of sympathy for Bagheera when he had to make sure Mowgli got to the man village safely. I've said this before, but the older I get, the more I tend to side with caretakers in situations like him dealing with kids like Mowgli. I didn't care for the Elephant Patrol. They were like, whatever. We're a bunch of elephants marching through the jungle like we're in the army. I don't care. Moving on. Baloo was a relaxing kind of fun to watch, especially during the song Bare Necessities. That made him much easier for me to like him and to later sympathize with when he has to tell the kid to go to the village, and to later see him off. Baloo is perhaps one of my favorite goofier characters in the movie. The king of the monkeys, Louie, is in the same area as Baloo. He has his minions kidnap Mowgli so that he can help him make fire for whatever reason. Why does that instance of stereotyping remind me of a rumor that jazz performer Louis Armstrong was offered to play the role of King Louie? Anyway, I like his jazz musician attitude and the number he had when on screen. Kaa's stealthy nature and soothing voice that I assume was used for Winnie the Pooh makes him a fitting predator, especially during the Trust in Me number. The vultures that look like the Beatles are in the same camp as the Elephant Patrol. Forgettable. Shere Khan, when we hear about him, is built up as a great danger to Mowgli. a fearsome predator. Yet when we finally see him, he sounds very sophisticated and moves very leisurely. Like, taking hunting very seriously has become boring to him, so he preferred to treat it like a game to be entertained by it. The arrogance of this tiger. I dig it. My reaction to The Jungle Book is similar in a way to Sleeping Beauty. The best parts of the film are everything that's around the main character, because Mowgli throughout this movie was very annoying. He didn't really seem to understand how dangerous Shere Khan was. In fact, because of how stubborn he acts, makes me feel more sympathetic towards Bagheera and Baloo for having to deal with him when he flips out. But the scene where he finally reaches the man village is, on one hand, kinda sad when I look at Baloo losing his buddy, but him staying because he's entranced by a girl in a similar way to the girl rabbit attracting Thumper and Bambi. But whatever keeps him there is for the best, I guess. This version of The Jungle Book was relaxed, but fun. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment your own thoughts on the movie below, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and DeviantArt for updates on future videos and artwork, and be sure to subscribe to my backup channel over on BitChute. The links are in the description, and if you want to be the first to know when a new video will be up, ring that bell after you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.